Already talking.
Well, good. I'm glad they were entertaining themselves. Well, guess who was late for the show? Well, guess who was late for the show?
Better turn your volume down.
Well, guess who was late for the show?
Better turn your volume down.
Well, guess who was late for the show?
Already a bunch of people on there. Let me get this down here a little better. I'll be back. Let me set something over here. You can be talking. Make sure everybody hears you.
All right. We had some minor technical difficulties this morning. We had to come over to a place where we have internet. We got here and Bill realized he didn't have his microphone with him, so he had to run back and get it. So we're a little bit late. We apologize.
Can you scoot over just a little bit?
I guess everybody can hear me okay. We had coffee. We woke up about 4:30 this morning and drank a whole pot of coffee. Didn't seem to help us. Okay. Breathe.
I'm fine.
Okay.
A little embarrassing when you think you have everything you need and you get over here and you're just kind of taking it easy because you got here plenty early.
Yeah.
Right?
Got here in plenty of time. No rush, no worries.
Right. And then all of a sudden, oops. Actually, what happened was I forgot my microphone. And hopefully everybody can hear us okay.
Yeah, they said they could.
They said they can? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I like the phone like this.
Good. Yeah. So now we can see. All right. All right. So how many do we have on with us right now?
Well, you're asking me for something that I can't seem to spin the screen around now.
Okay.
Sticky buns to pass around? Well, you'll have to wait till I get that bigger kitchen.
I'm on a diet right now, so I can't do that. You don't mess with that too much or we'll lose everything.
Well, you're going to have to carry on.
Okay, I'm carrying on.
I'll see if I can figure out how to move this.
That's all right. If you can't do it the other way, then that's fine. It ought to be fine. Anyway. Well, the comments won't come up that way. They'll come up like that. Yeah. All right, folks. So, I'm glad we're all here finally. I'm sorry we're a few minutes late, but it just worked out that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually I'm a little easier going right now. But anyway.
Go ahead. Let me do this. You do this.
Well, I'm seeing if I can try to help you somehow on that.
Well, I think I've got to.
Which means you'd have to back completely out of there.
I gotta get out of here and there.
There you go.
There's
now
what I'm looking
All right,
for.
there you go. All right.
Wow, we need to definitely get a bigger cup of coffee.
Yeah. we woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. Right?
I think it was 4:30.
Well,
yeah.
you woke up at 4:30, and then finally I woke up around 5 because you were making lots of ruckus.
What's the air temperature here? I would say it's in the mid-70s. We got a little bit of a breeze. Supposed to get up in the 80s today. It's beautiful.
Oh.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful. It's for the last day of February. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday, was it yesterday that got to 88 or was it the day before?
No, yesterday it was 88 in the middle of the afternoon.
Wow. Yeah, 88 degrees. Wow.
Yep.
Yesterday it was still up in the mid to high 70s if I remember correctly. And we sat outside way after dark and looked at the stars and the
Hi,
moon.
Maine.
Yeah. Someone from Maine is on?
Yeah.
Cool. And I imagine...
And we have several on. I'm sorry that I didn't say hi to you all as you came on.
Yeah,
we apologize. We're going to try to do better.
Yeah. And we don't mean to be milking this going live to death thing. You know, we don't mean to be we don't need to be taking this going live thing every weekend and milking it to death. It's just that right here we have pretty good internet and the weather's good. So we're taking advantage of it while we can.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
And we will start moseying back to Arkansas March the 9th because we have business to take care of back in Arkansas. And then once we get all that business taken care of, around the first week or so in April, we'll start heading back towards southeast Georgia and to hopefully to pick up our new trailer. Right?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, we got word.
Minus 17 in Winnipeg. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's...
You really need to just come down here.
Yeah, just load up and come down here to north central Florida where we are. We're to get an idea where we are, go in and look up, go in and Google Map Ichetucknee, and I believe it's spelled Ichetucknee, Ichetucknee State Park in Florida, and that will give you an idea where we're at. Where our campground where we're at is very near Ichetucknee State Park. An easier way to look at it would be to go in and Google Map Gainesville, Florida, and then we're about 30 miles west of Gainesville, Florida, roughly.
I'm glad that Texas has finally thought out. You all really had a horrible situation. Hopefully the news is making a lot more of it than actually was. I know we felt...
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. No.
I know our family in Arkansas had a little bitty bit of what you contended with. Nothing like y'all contended with down there.
It was a bad deal. But I understand that the temperatures have rebounded and it's not that bad over there now. But I do also worry about, you know, there's a lot of folks that snowbird in South Texas as well.
Right.
And of course they were impacted as well. And, you know, RVs just aren't insulated as well as houses are. So
Mountain Home, Arkansas. Hi there.
Yeah, we have some followers that are coming down this way, and I believe they are from Mountain Home, if I remember correctly. They reached out to us, and they're going to be in this general area here, and we're hoping that we can get with them one day this coming week and go kayaking with them. They're coming down here to spend us some time kayaking, so we're hoping that we can get with them to go do that for a day.
Yes.
Before we head out.
Before we head out.
Yeah.
And we're not making a beeline. We're doing our normal.
Yeah, on the way back.
You know, our longest stretch, I believe, is a 6-hour run when we leave here.
And that's our first stretch.
And that's the first stretch.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's 3 to 4 hours. And
Right.
we're going to spend a couple of days at each place until we get back to Northwest Arkansas. We need to get some work done on the van, and we both got doctor's appointments and taxes, and of course see the family
Taxes.
and friends.
Yeah, family and friends and everything. We got a lot of things on the list that we need to get accomplished during that time while we're back in Northwest Arkansas before we head back down.
Gainesville used to have a terrific museum. And Fred Bear, world famous for archery. This area has a lot to see and do.
Oh, wow.
We haven't even scratched the surface.
That's why we're coming back next winter. Yeah, because we really have enjoyed the 2.5 months or so that we've been here.
Yes.
And we've already made reservations for this area next winter, and we've got something else up our sleeve. And we will be.
I didn't know if he was going to talk about that.
This is. I'm not going to say much more than that. But you know, lots of folks have been asking about when we might be doing if we would just to ever do a rendezvous. So we'll just pose the question right here. What would y'all think about having a rendezvous here in North Central Florida? And we have the perfect spot for it. Let's say like the third week or so in February.
About this time of year.
Yeah, about this time of year, you know, and here we are sitting out here in our shirt sleeves.
Yeah, and we've been kayaking a couple of times.
Yeah, well, we've been kayaking 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
We rode our bikes a few times.
Yeah, lots of places to ride your bikes around here.
And we've already talked to the campground people,
Yep.
and they're in agreement.
They are excited about it. So we haven't set everything, go ahead and set everything up. And I know it's a year away, but considering what everything is going on, maybe it's best that we do that. But hey, for you folks that are up in the central and northern part of the country, this might be a perfect thing for you to plan and beat the cold weather for a few days and come on down here and spend some time with us.
We have several expressing an interest.
Yeah.
Some say yes, some say gives me time to finish my build, and yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gives us time to finish ours.
Yeah, and ours and everything else. But this campground is very cargo trailer conversion friendly.
Okay, our plan is to be in Northwest Arkansas. Original plan was to be there until April 15th. But we got a call about our trailer, and it may be ready to pick up sooner than that.
Right.
So we're going to try to get all of our business done as soon as possible. So if we do need to take off for Georgia again to pick up the new trailer
Earlier than anticipated.
earlier than we had thought, then we're ready to do that and not
Yeah.
held up because, we've still got another appointment to do.
Yeah, we're trying to get everything all arranged and everything moved up. And then if we end up staying in Northwest Arkansas clear till April 15th, that's okay. Then if we get all this other stuff
What is
done.
BYOSB? Bring your own.
SB. I don't know. You have to spell that out.
It's Dan.
Oh, Dan.
No telling
No
what it
telling
means.
from Dan. What?
Maybe you should post that on a family show.
Bring your own
SB.
SB.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That one's confusing to me. But
Surfboard.
Surfboard. There you go. Well, now we're not near I say we're not near the beach. We're an hour and a half.
Surfboard question mark.
Well, if you want to bring your surfboard, yeah, but I there's no place to surf here.
Yes, Bill is planning on doing another live concert, and that possibly, depending upon the weather, could be done
In Northwest Arkansas.
in Northwest Arkansas. Depends upon the weather.
Yeah.
And
the weather will have everything to do. One of the campgrounds we're going to be at, we have excellent service there. And regardless, we will be going live at that particular campground while we're in Northwest Arkansas. And we'll probably go live. There's one spot on the way back to Arkansas that we know. There's going to be one campground that we're staying at on the way back to Arkansas for 2 or 3 days that we know for a fact has great service.
It is in Arkansas. It's just on our way to Northwest Arkansas.
Okay, correct. You sound like some of our people commenting on YouTube that correct me on how I said, okay.
Arkansas to Bill is Northwest Arkansas.
There you go. Yeah, that's Arkansas.
That's Arkansas. I don't know what the rest of the
Everything
state
else is just, it's just before you get there. Right. But we will go live there. We've been live at this one particular
Another
place
person
once
thinks
before.
SB stands for Secret Babe.
Secret Babe?
Den says bring your own sticky buns.
Sticky buns?
Yeah, that's better.
Surfboard. You can bring your own paddleboard. There's a lot of folks that paddle these rivers on paddleboards.
Good morning, California.
Wow, you guys are getting up early, right?
Yeah, well, they're on the road.
Gotcha.
So it's always good to hear from all of you. And
yes,
being on the road is the best place to be.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, seeing new things and meeting new people. We have met so many nice people.
Oh, yeah. And when we leave this particular campground, because we've been here for a little while, and we will be doing a feature on this campground, and that's when we'll make the official announcement about the rendezvous for next February if we decide to go ahead and do it. We've met so many wonderful people there. Our neighbors have been there long term as well, and we told them just yesterday that we're going to really miss them when we go. So anyway, in fact, she might be listening right now.
Good morning from Ohio, 59 degrees. Well, you're having a little bit of a heat wave. Awesome.
I'm sure you'll take that. For sure. Absolutely.
59, and is the sun shining? That's always important to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can stand cold a little bit as long as the sun is shining.
Now, don't get us wrong. We've been here for about 2.5 months, I guess. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Thereabouts, roughly.
Yeah, roughly.
And we have had some days where overnight it got down to around 30. It wasn't like, but maybe 1 or 2. And we've had a few days where it was cloudy and overcast and rainy and just kind of blah. But I would say 80% of the time we were here has been quite pleasant, and you're going to have that no matter where you go, of course. But, it's just, I would take it much more over what we experienced last year at this time when we were still back in Northwest Arkansas.
Yes, last year this time you were pretty much inside the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
And here we have days, we can go ahead and go out, and especially with our gazelle and our little fire pit, and we can make it quite comfy.
Oh yeah, we spent a lot of time in our on those rainy 50-ish degree days, the blah days. We would spend time in our gazelle gazebo because you can put the extra panels up on the side. And then we found that when we take our little propane powered fire pit in there and turn it down low, that the ceiling does not get hot, but yet it really makes it nice and cozy inside there. And that was our daytime retreat, when the weather was not conducive to going out and doing stuff.
Out sitting on a picnic table under a shade tree.
Like what we're doing right now. Or we would also utilize those days to run and get groceries and things like that.
Right.
So, we figured out a way to make it work. But we're outdoorsy kind of people. We spend most of our time outside. And we, a lot of folks, they'll say, well, you need more room in your trailer for when you do this and when you do that. And make a Murphy bed so you'll have more room and everything. And we always try to admonish and remind folks that we do not live in our trailer, we live out of our trailer.
However, our new one will have a sitting area.
Our new one will have a sitting area and a place where I can...
Actually, it was originally thought that would be Bill's practice area.
Oh, and I don't get that now?
No, you get that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I was afraid you was going to take that away from me.
As you find in small places, everything has to have dual use.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be a sitting area / Bill's practice area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And with the practice area, he should be better, right?
Well, I hope. I hope. I'm a little rusty. I pulled the guitar out the other day, and I haven't had much opportunity to practice here recently, and I could tell.
No, our new trailer, we will be insulating it ourselves.
Yeah.
If we could have got it without the plywood on the walls, we would have done it that way because we take the plywood off anyway, but they won't ship it unless they've got support.
That's probably a subject we'll discuss for a moment.
Okay.
Because we not only do we have our family page, we call it, on Facebook, but we're also connected with several other cargo trailer conversion pages, and a lot of folks come in there and pose the question about having the manufacturer insulate their trailer for them so they won't have to do that. And 90% of the response to those questions is don't have the manufacturer do it, because and then there's been photos and documentation where when they did go in and pull the plywood off the walls, they found that the insulation job done behind the plywood on the walls was not up to par, let's say. Okay, there was a lot of voids here and there. If they had a wall cavity that was this wide, but they had a piece of insulation that was that wide, that's what they'd stick in there if that's all they had left.
Because as we learned from our first build, each cavity, anyway, it's supposed to be on 16-inch centers.
But they'll vary slightly.
But they vary. I mean, one could be 14 and a half, and the other one, so we couldn't consistently cut our insulation a certain width. We had to measure each hole. Yeah. And they wouldn't do that if they were doing it the trailer. They would just cut it like it's supposed to be, and
And so, if you and it's not difficult to do, and of course we will cover insulating our new trailer at depth while we're doing it. We'll show you the method that we use, and we learned this from when we did our first one. And no, we're not going to do the spray foam. For one thing, really our budget won't allow it to pay the extra to have the spray foam done. And in addition to that, there's a ranger coming around, and I don't know if he's going to stop and get onto us for doing this or
There
not.
should be no reason.
Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue, but we'll see. But anyway, the spray foam, what I don't like to do, I like to leave open areas, accessible areas for all of the wiring, not just for my wiring that I'm going to be doing in the trailer, but also for like the wiring for the taillights and things like that.
Yeah, you still got to be able to get to those.
And, you know, of course, most of the wiring that they do for the taillights will come underneath the trailer on the chassis, but then you've also got your clearance lights that run all along the top edge of the trailer, around the top edge of the trailer. And of course there is an area up there where those wires are running down through there up on top, and I like to leave it where I'll have access to that. Now he's just out patrolling. But I like to leave a way that I could get to that if I ever needed to. Now, you know, the chances of that happening where I'd have to get to the wiring to, you know, if a wire happened to pull loose or chafe loose or whatever, as far as the clearance lights are concerned, yeah, it's a pretty slim
and we hope
chance
never
that and no have to. But at least if it happens, I can get to it. And if I had all that spray foamed, I'd have to be digging spray, you know, I'd be searching forever trying to figure out why this one particular clearance light doesn't work. And if I am not mistaken, some states will write you a ticket if all of your clearance lights don't work. So,
Probably.
you know, if you're traveling at night. So
yeah, we've got 127 joined us this morning, and that's
awesome.
Good because we were told there was a glitch, that we had posted it for 10:30, but someone else got a post that said 3:30. So
we don't know where that came
have
from and
a
how that
clue.
happened, but anyway, it's
Because when I pulled it up on a different account, it was still
yeah,
10:30, and then of course, as y'all know, we were running a little late.
yeah. So, but also as far as the insulation is concerned, we will be doing a double wall thickness insulation. We'll first do the 1-inch thick foam board between the 1-inch studs. The metal studs on a cargo trailer are 1 inch deep by 1.5 inches wide. And so we'll be putting a 1-inch foam board insulation in between each of those studs tightly. And then we'll be running horizontal furring strips roughly 18 inches apart, you know, from the floor to the ceiling. And that is not a set measurement.
No.
It'll all depend on where cabinets are going to land and things like that. So we'll have a good place to screw anchor point for our cabinets. But then when we run the horizontal strips this way, then we'll go in and put 3/4 inch foam, a second layer of 3/4 inch foam in between those horizontal furring strips, and those will also cover the metal stud to help with transference, you know, from cold and heat on the studs themselves. So we'll be doing a double wall thickness on ours all the way around. So we'll have a total of 1 3/4 inch foam board insulation, and foam board insulation is rated at 1 R per inch. No, I'm wrong. 5 R's per inch.
Thank you.
Where did I get the 1 R per inch?
I don't have a clue.
5 R's per inch, and we had an insulation business at one time. I swear. I don't know why I said 1 R, but it's 5 R's per inch. That's what foam board insulation is rated at.
There you are. Nova Scotia. Awesome.
Hey.
Glad you could join us. We're always we're thrilled that all of you join us. It's just remarkable.
Yes, it is.
That you take time out of your day to come in and join us. Last Sunday, we had mentioned that several people had asked for our Amazon wish list.
That's correct. Yeah.
And several of you have reached out to us. We now have an address to have things shipped. We've even had some people just simply send us a via email.
We want to thank you, Faye. Faye, thank you for that Amazon gift card. It's going into the building fund.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And then of course we had several people do the buy me a cup of coffee thing.
And that goes into the building fund.
And that goes into the building fund. Have you been posting that along the way, just in case?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Just in case some feel the need. But yeah, the Amazon wish list, those that want to see the Amazon wish list, and that doesn't mean anything, you know, like we expect people to buy all of our stuff for us, because that is not true at all. But we have had people reach out to us to see it, and then they said that they would like to help us. And at first, we didn't have an address where they could ship stuff to in Georgia, and now we do.
Now we do, thanks to our friend.
So if you want to see the Amazon wish list, reach out to us at our email address, which we will also post in the description once this video is uploaded. But the email address...
Good morning from High Springs, Florida. Do you know, we drive through High Springs quite a bit. We love High Springs.
We absolutely love High Springs, Florida. In fact, we put in there at the High Springs boat ramp here a few days ago and paddled upriver as far as we could until our arms gave out, and then we floated back down. And we also uploaded a video about that trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And High Springs is a gorgeous little town. We just love High Springs, Florida, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And I was going to say we could almost throw a rock to there from here, but not really.
No, not really.
No, I'd have to have a really good arm. But we're only maybe, 20 minutes away from High Springs, from where we're at. So they probably know where we're at.
Someone says that they have some things left over from their build because they're done.
Okay.
We might be interested in talking to you about that. Just here again, email us at iridetinyhouse.adventures.
No.
No.
Slow down. That's the old email address.
Take that back.
Okay. iridetinyhouse@gmail.com.
There you go.
iridetinyhouse@gmail.com.
Sorry.
We'll say that one more time. iridetinyhouse@gmail.com.
That is the correct email
That's
address.
the correct email address. And we'll also post it in the description. We should have done that before I went live, but I can't remember everything. But we'll post that in the description after this is done, and we will also do it in a pinned comment where the first comment will be the email address there. Okay.
I'm glad you made it too, John. We always like it when people come on to our lives.
John Bertram?
John Barkett.
Oh, Barkett.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Are you still interested in
the
a
other
drone?
The other guy's Jim Bertram.
Yes, a drone is still in the list, but now that's had to take
It's had to take a back seat for a while.
couple of steps backwards for a little bit.
Most of our efforts are being concentrated towards making sure we have the funds to...
Den, the
Kick the
email
bill
that
off.
you have been using is the correct one, so don't change that. It's the one that I was rattling off was one we had probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. You've got the correct one.
So, Dan, go ahead and post that. While you're commenting there, post that email address, iridetinyhouse@gmail.com, if you don't mind, for others that might want to get it. What do you think
Well,
of that?
Cindy, I'm glad you made it too, and I'm sorry you haven't seen us for a while. We've had some exciting things happening, and we're glad that you're able to join in on it, and maybe you can follow us a little bit with this.
Sure.
Because we've got a lot. Building a new trailer is another trailer. If Bill's energy holds up.
Deb's been looking at whips.
No, I'm going to get a cattle prod.
Oh!
I don't have room for a whip inside the trailer, but a cattle prod would work. Right?
Now you watch. Everybody be sending you links to try cattle prods.
I might need a better one. A rechargeable one. Don't they all just run off batteries? I need one that's rechargeable.
Don't know. Don't know. Don't want to know. But anyway.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other questions there we need to answer?
We can't wait to see our build done too.
Yeah.
You know, when you first talk about it, it's like, oh, how exciting, that will be neat.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get down into the nitty gritty and what it all takes. Yes, Jen, that is the correct email address.
And then when you and I have these discussions now and then about what we perceive to be here and there.
I look at it from a whole different way than he looks at it. He looks at it from the technical point of view and how everything has to work together. I look at it like, this is how I need it to work for me.
Well, reminds me of a time when I was working for this, doing a tub surround, a bathtub surround in tile. And this contractor hadn't finished putting the sheeting around on the walls, and he was going to do that part, the builder. And he couldn't understand why I couldn't go ahead and hang the tile, even though he didn't have the sheeting up there for me to hang the tile to. And I tried to explain to him that I can't hang the tile in midair. So anyway.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course you can contact us
Yeah,
via email. That's why we like to post that, and you're more than welcome to contact us on email if you have some questions or
sure,
whatever.
absolutely. Yeah, and we have a lot of folks reach out to us, and some of them, we have the Facebook fan page, which is I Ride Tiny House Adventures on Facebook. It's our fan page. We have lots of folks that reach out to us. They message us through there with questions, and some ask for some advice, and I hope I give them the right advice. I don't know everything, but I do try to research the question they might have so I can give them the proper answer. And we're happy to help any way that we can.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We're all in this together, everybody building or
Oh, yeah.
redoing or whatever your deal is here. It's a learning thing.
Oh, yeah. And we've had 2 folks already that have offered, and we're going to take them up on it, have offered to come during the build when we're doing that phase of it in Georgia. We have had a couple of folks offer to come and help us with certain parts. Like, I don't know how to weld, nor do I have access to a welder. Well,
Rosebuds Travels is in Davis Bayou due to our recommendation.
well,
Well,
hey,
awesome.
all right. That's a beautiful campground. Have you? I just wonder if you've seen the gator yet. There's one gator. I think they named it. It's got a name.
Somebody called it a name.
Yeah, somebody gave it a name, but there's one of the little bridges you cross on your way out to Davis Bayou. And if you look real closely, sometimes this gator will be sleeping in that little bayou right there.
Yes,
Lazily.
the core parks do not like golf carts or ATVs
That's correct.
within the park.
Right.
The state parks around here don't seem to have that issue. I don't know.
We've seen a lot of golf carts and ATVs running around some of these state parks here.
But the core parks, no, I haven't seen one yet.
Now, the campground that we're in right now is a private campground, and they're pretty laid back as long as people don't get rowdy. And we, man, I can't wait to do the review on this particular campground, because we are just, well, we're coming back next year. That's all
Ron
there is to it.
says 7 Wonders in the World recently picked up his rock solid.
Yes, he did.
Yes, we're
familiar.
Kind of knew that. And more of the folks trying to convert cargo trailers. Yes, I think it's awesome too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, painting. I've had a little time to paint, and I have a few paintings available. If anyone is interested, I'd be happy to share that with you.
Yeah, we can send you reach out through email, and we can send you photos of the ones that she has.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, I do have a few.
And they're for sale.
About plywood.
Right?
And, yes.
Okay. Which all goes to the building fund.
Absolutely. Everything
Yeah.
goes to the building fund right now. I sent you a text about plywood and shipping trailer. Give me a call if you want to know about what I have to do. John, you might email us.
Who's this?
John Shuttle?
Oh, John Settle. Yeah.
Okay, so
I know him.
you got that text.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think I did. I'll have to shipping the trail. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we've corresponded. Yeah. I'll look and see and see. I'm pretty sure I've read every text you ever sent me, John, but I'll go back and take a look and make sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Where did we get our trailer?
Rock Solid Car. Well, we got it through Renown. The broker is Renown Cargo Trailer Sales, and they're also in Douglas, Georgia. And Tucker was our salesperson. Ask for Tucker. Tucker is awesome. Tucker is awesome. We have really enjoyed working with Tucker. So write that down. Call Renown, and I don't have the phone number handy, but you can just Google it. It's there. Renown Cargo Trailer Sales in Douglas, Georgia, and ask for Tucker. Okay? And I know that they've already been sending out some quotes, partially due to our recommendations to check with those folks. So the more business we can get them, the better, because we really think those folks deserve more
Well,
business.
well, I'm hoping that they start giving a little bit better prices.
Well, you know, their
It is what it is.
unfortunately, their hands are tied right now because materials, as we all know, everything's went up. You know, the materials to build the trailers went up, steels went up. When we get ready to go start picking up lumber and things like that, it's all went up. You know, so it's just for now, it's just a fact of life, and we just have to deal with it the best we can and go on. So, but still, even in spite of all that, they are going to be as fair as anybody else can. But what we appreciate the most is we cannot fault them for their communication skills at all.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Tucker's been awfully patient with
Absolutely.
Bill.
I'm not that hard to get. I just knew what I wanted. You know. I know.
Yeah, I knew what you wanted about 5 quotes.
Well, well, I was also trying to save money here and there,
I know.
wherever I could, and
That-
decide if
that's-
I wanted to do
You
this
know,
or do
I
that.
hate that part, that money thing.
I know, isn't it? Don't you wish you could just say, oh, and if you want to throw this in, it's up to you. You know, you wish you could say that, but you can't. A budget is a budget is a budget. So we got to try to stick to it as best we can.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm broke, so there.
Hey,
Hey,
it is what it is.
yeah, absolutely. Anything else here?
Someone else agrees Tucker's a very sweet person.
Yeah.
Someone else that bought a trailer and they're because following us.
Well, we're so happy to hear that. We really are. So happy to hear that. And not just for y'all's sake, but also for Renown's sake, because they really seem to be awesome folks there so far. I haven't met them in person, but I know I'll get to see Tucker in person on this one.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
I may get seen before I'm supposed to pick up my trailer. We'll see. What else? What else?
Den's posted our email address again, which is great.
Thank you, Dan, for doing that.
And
Appreciate that.
he's given a little recap to someone that we might be trying to do a meetup next February here
Yeah.
in North
Central Florida.
Okay, I guess that's what it's referred to.
Go in and look at, okay, let me pinpoint a little bit closer. Go in and look at Google Map Fort White, Florida, and that is within 10 miles of where this campground is going to be. If we're able to put this all together. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we could get, a few people here, that would be fun.
Okay, well, this campground, it has, I think they told me they have like 18 spots that have full hookups, including sewer. 18 spots. They got 30 amp service, water, and sewer. Then they also have primitive cabins around the perimeter. And I don't know what the fees are on all those, and I'm not going to be quoting fees. That'll be up to them when people start calling this campground, to make reservations. But you don't necessarily have to have an RV to attend this thing. You can stay in one of these primitive cabins, but when I say primitive,
It has bed
they have a bed.
and it has an air conditioner.
Yeah. Don't even have running water inside.
No.
There's a faucet outside, and then they have a really nice bathhouse there. It's really a pretty nice bathhouse, I think.
I am not aware of, that doesn't mean there aren't any free campgrounds with ocean front and hookups. I don't think so.
I
Not that
doubt
I'm
it.
aware of.
I seriously
if
doubt
you
it.
find that one out, let me know.
Yeah, we would love to
I'm
know. We're in. So, but I don't know that'll happen. But who knows? You just never know, especially the hookup part.
Especially the hookup. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
If you could, yeah.
And free. Free would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. But anyway, what else? Den's just commenting away. Look at that. He's just. We're gonna have to give him a job.
Yes.
We're gonna have
Now,
to put him to
do
work.
they have sites without hookups?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they have several.
Yeah, and I was getting ready to go into that.
Yes.
They have what I call the North 40, heavily wooded, really neat. It's just kind of like, and the way this place is laid out, it's not like they went in and they paved these particular roads, that you go in. You've got like little lanes that you drive in, and sometimes you have to look for them. So you really feel like you're out in the woods, out in the. And back in there, I would say they probably have 15 to 20 sites, And those sites usually reserved for tent campers and things like that. But they told me, like if someone showed up with a teardrop and wanted a primitive site, or a square drop, a smaller trailer like a 6x12 or something like that, those things would fit back in that area quite nicely. And they're all within walking distance. Plus they have a real nice little pavilion there too, a covered pavilion. And I looked, and they do have power at that pavilion. So guess what? We may just set up some sound equipment and have some jam sessions, for those that want to bring instruments and stuff.
Donald, why don't you let us make sure that we've got all this nailed down, and then we will post and do everything with the name of the campground and phone number for you to call to make a reservation, and dates. And
all of this will come together, and we will make all official announcements with all the information that everybody needs within the next 2 weeks. How's that?
There you go.
Yeah. And we may be able to give you all that information if we go live again next Sunday. In fact, let's just say that that's when we will actually post all that information, is next Sunday.
Okay.
That's when. So if you want to know more about the rendezvous, we'll be able to tell you if we're able to put it all together by then, for sure. And we will give you all the information of who you need to contact and everything at that time, live next Sunday.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat channel. Yeah, I don't know. That might be a copyright thing. Maybe you shouldn't say that. But what else? Anything else?
I have no idea the prices for the no hookups.
No, we don't. And
I really don't.
It's probably not going to be our place to. I will talk to them and see if they will make special deals. But I will have to leave that up to them. But it's real easy and they're real easy folks to talk to. So if you just think you want to go, call them as early as you can. If you think you want to do this, if we're able to put it together. Let me stress that again. And then let them quote the prices. But I'm sure that surely they'll do something for those if they know that people are coming for the iridetinyhouse rendezvous. How's that?
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect.
But
someone wanted to know what our plans are for the day. What are your plans for the day?
The day? Today? This very day?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a test, isn't it?
Oh, did someone ask that?
I know, but you gave me a list of things you want me to do.
Oh, that's right, I did.
Yeah, and I haven't forgotten.
He has a couple of minor little repairs he needs to
do.
So.
I do.
All right. Our dogs permitted? Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
On a leash?
Yeah.
Like any park?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Are spots level? Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Every one of them.
The worst thing is the spots are just like a sand yard.
Yeah, there's no paved pads. It's like you're pulling in. It's all packed, but it's like you're pulling into for lack of a better way to describe it, it's like you're pulling into a packed field.
Yeah.
With
trees.
With trees.
Right.
And it's like all of your buddies are there, parked next to you in the woods. It almost feels like, even though it's not because you got full hookups, but it almost feels like you're out just doing some dispersed camping somewhere with all your closest friends.
Okay, John, what do you need to buy a cup of coffee? I believe it's PayPal. I know I'm hooked up through PayPal.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about it.
So I don't know if you have another option or not. You can, pull it up. The link I posted there, you can pull that up and see. Or if you don't do it now, I will post it on this video. So basically, that's my only answer for that at this point.
But we thought PayPal would be a real difficult thing to set up, and no, it was really pretty straightforward and really simple.
Well, it's got a really good reputation.
Mm-hmm. And it's, for sure.
Now,
we do have Cash App, but I know some people are a little concerned about using Cash App. So if someone wants to reach out and do and help us out through Cash App, email us and we'll give you that information if you want to do a Cash App thing. And of course, like I say, all this, and we're not, promoting this, but it's just that we've had several people reach out, and you have no idea how much we appreciate that.
Oh my goodness, yes, it's going to come in so handy.
We do have a Cash App account if some are familiar with Cash App. So pretty easy to do.
And as far as I'm concerned, this afternoon, I've got a new recipe that publicity with Happy Place Camping posted, and I'm going to try that this afternoon. What happened is I was showing it to my neighbor, and she says, well, I have this and this, and I said, well, I have this, this, and this, and all I got to do is go to the store and buy some cheese, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
So we're going to pull together
Yeah.
and make a meal.
Our neighbors. Man, I'm going to miss them. I'm just going to miss them so much.
What is the best GoPro camera to have for doing what you do?
Well, right now we're using our phone, but I'll tell you what I have. I don't know if it's the best, and believe me, that's like asking somebody what's better, a Ford or a Chevy. My answer would be a Chevy, but anyway, but that's, here again, you know what I'm saying. But I have 2 GoPros right now, and I'm fixing to get a 3rd here before long. But and here again, a lot of it has to do with budget on my part. My original GoPro that I started with is one they don't even make anymore, and now I understand that they're not offered anymore, and now everybody wants them because they figured out how versatile they are. But it's a GoPro Hero Session 5, which is just a little bitty cube, and that thing is just so handy. I use it for my dash cam a lot. Most all dash cam video you ever see a show was shot with that little Hero Session 5, but the only place you can find them now is on eBay or someplace like that. And whenever we go kayaking, I put it on a floaty handle, and the floaty handle also has a strap I can hook around my wrist. And when we're kayaking and I see something I want to shoot right quick, you just point and shoot, while I'm kayaking. And if I want to get an underwater shot, like here just recently, which you have yet to see that, we have yet to upload that video, but I got a beautiful underwater shot while we were kayaking at Silver Springs of a manatee, and I'm really proud of that shot. And I got
you
that.
haven't done a video of that yet, have
No,
you?
I haven't finished
so far
editing
behind.
that. I'm behind on that stuff. But that little Hero Session 5 is really handy for that. Because it's just simply so versatile and so small and so easy to use, and kind of inconspicuous as well, But my next GoPro that I have, which whenever you see us doing our intros and our videos or whatever, is a Hero.
Sorry, they were having a discussion between Chevy and Ford.
Oh, well, here we go.
And so,
Okay.
you start a whole...
I know. Well, I should never use that as a comparison. But my other GoPro that I have, and I'm going to buy another one, so I'll have 2, and then Deb will have her personal one as well. And here again, a lot of it has to do with budget, but it's really a nice camera and shoots really well, and it's been out for a while. It's the Hero 7 Black. I really like my Hero 7 Black, and it too is waterproof. I could use it the same way I used my Hero Session 5. But the Hero 7 Black, I believe they used to be like $400, and I think you can get them now all day long for around $2.50 on those. And what I like about those also is you can get a kit, which I use on mine. You can get a special kit that's a special housing you mount the camera in, and then it has a special place to mount the adapter you have to use a microphone. And then I like to use my external microphone, and my choice in external microphones, and we're using it right now, is a Zoom H1N. Zoom H1N, and you can pick those up for around $100. And it's a stereo microphone, and what I like about it, it's also a recorder as well. It'll record, and if I wanted to record the audio of what we're doing right now, all I'd have to do is push a button and it would record every bit of this audio if I wanted to use it later. But I just use it strictly as a microphone for now. I have used it before in music recordings and stuff like that, but that's my microphone of choice, is a Zoom H1N. And one day we'll do a video, and I promised this before and I haven't done it yet, but I'll do a video of how I utilize the Zoom H1N both with my GoPro Hero 7 Black and with my phone. And I also use the Zoom H1N with my Canon Vixia camera that I have, which I really like, but it's good for certain things, whereas the others are. I know I'm getting pretty deep here.
Yeah, I've got another question, so I'm waiting to
Okay,
interrupt
well,
you.
if you all remember, if you remember when I posted a video here a few months back where I did my version of Johnny Cash's song Ring of Fire. I did my version, a slow version in 3/4 time in a waltz of Ring of Fire. I recorded that with my Canon Vixia 800 HFR 800, Canon Vixia HFR 800. You pick them up for about $200.
What are you doing for tools for
Tools?
the build?
Well, I got all my hand tools, all my hand power tools and everything. There's a couple more I want to buy. And I did sell my table saw and chop saw when we finished the last build. So I am going to be buying a new table saw and chop saw.
And we're hoping to buy 2 smaller ones than what we had before.
Yeah. The one that I really want right now is that DeWalt small shop saw. But I don't know if I'll be able to afford it or not, but they're almost $500. It's the DeWalt shop style size. Well, the
chop saw or is table saw?
Table saw.
Well, you said chop saw.
I said shop.
Shop. Well.
Okay, but it's in a small platform. But what I like about it is you can slide the fence all the way out with extensions and rip up to over 24 inches, like if you wanted to rip something.
Our goal is this time we get done is to have the tools smaller so that we can actually go ahead and just keep them.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of people have reached out, and because we'd mentioned here a while back that we can see this becoming something where we might actually travel and help other people with their builds, which we would find that very interesting once we get ours done.
And we're looking seriously into doing that. We might be able, because we've had people reach out to come and help us, and we're taking up a couple of people are going to show up at the build site in Georgia to help with certain things that I'm not real familiar with. So, it's only fair that we return the favor, and that's something else that we're looking at down the line. I mean, we love traveling. Don't get me wrong. We love traveling and we love laying around and doing stuff, but hey, this is building into something that we didn't imagine at first when we first started this journey that we're on right now.
This adventure.
This adventure or this journey. So, wouldn't it be great if we could put together a group that would be willing to go and help with builds here, there, and everywhere, each person that had a particular expertise that others didn't have, to help. Judgment-free, we want people that are knowledgeable, but we don't want know-it-alls. How do I put it that way?
Someone said you need a box on the roof of the van for your tools. That's where the kayaks go.
That's where the kayaks go.
So that will work.
No, I've got ideas. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we carry in the van now that we haven't even touched. So we're still, and we did a culling here a while back, and we're fixing to do another culling. So I really think that I'll be able to make room for the table saw and the chop saw in the van eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, but that's not priority right now, but I have ideas on that. What else?
She apologized, or this person apologized for asking about the roof because she forgot you carried your kayaks up there.
Oh, apologized. I swear. How are you supposed to know everything that we do? Well, take your apology back. There's no need for you to do that in the first place. Come on.
No, you can't keep up with Bill. I can't keep up with Bill.
Hey, my mind is just all the time. That's all the time.
Oh, we've been on an hour.
We have already? My goodness, time not quite an hour because we started, it'll be an hour in another 5 minutes.
Okay.
How's that?
You got anything else exciting to talk about?
I don't think so, but you might look and see if there's any fresh questions that we feel like we should address. We're getting some thumbs up, I see here. Oh, someone said hit the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
We have 156 on with us this morning live, and
Fabulous.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We try to have a topic when we come on, but we don't always.
Well, I know things are going to change because people ask questions that we may not pertain to the topics that we were going to discuss, and everything. But we're really excited about getting our trailer, and I know some people already know this, but yes, the next trailer is going to be red. We thought about going a different color this time, and the more we thought about it, the more we thought, well, that's how people know who we are.
Actually, Lee, the trailer is our current trailer. They want to know if we're keeping anything from the current trailer.
No.
And not really, no.
The mattress, maybe. And
our mattress. Who wants our mattress?
Temporary, and our TV.
And
They can't have our TV.
I don't think they wanted it.
Fine. Well, I didn't want them to have it anyway.
But,
So,
you know, everything is basically pretty much built in. I'm leaving the totes because the lady said that she liked them. And of course, they're probably about ready to be replaced. The baskets in the kitchen I'm leaving because I'm going with a different color scheme. So, you know,
let's talk about that just for a second, because we've had a lot of people suggest that we look into, because we said that we were looking at having a toaster oven and a microwave, you know, separate items. And some folks have suggested, how about a combo unit that does
Yes.
everything? And that is a great suggestion. And yes, we thought about that, but we're also going after a certain theme this time, and we like the retro look. And if you happen to see on the Amazon wish list, all of the appliances that we have chosen on the Amazon wish list are the retro look. The refrigerator, the microwave,
and the toaster.
and the toaster oven are all the retro look, and they're all retro red. In this particular trailer, Deb's putting together a little bit different color scheme. It'll basically be white inside, because that gives you a much more roomier feel.
Okay, why did we decide to build a new one? Because Bill opened his mouth one day and said that he might be interested in selling this one.
And some folks reached out wanting to buy it.
And then Bill tells me, you know, if we went 4 feet bigger, we could have a sitting area. You could have a bigger kitchen, because the kitchen's mine. And of course, you know how the brain starts working.
Yeah.
And then I got to thinking that on rainy, crappy days, he cannot practice his guitar. And, you know, you can only watch so much television. And wouldn't it be nice if he had a place to pull his guitar out and sit down and practice without basically dismantling the entire house so he can do it? So that's how he got me. That's why we sold the trailer and
Yeah.
why we're building a new one.
Well, and this particular purchaser, everything else fit into place too. We still had to have a place to live. We had to have a place to build the new trailer.
Yeah, because this is our home.
Yeah, because it's our home. And this particular person that is purchasing our trailer is allowing us to stay in it on on their property, I should say, not his. This belongs to both of them,
Yeah.
him and her. But they're allowing us to live in the current trailer on their property while we build the new trailer on their property.
So, you know,
So,
it
yeah.
was like everything just fell into place.
When everything fell into place, you know, why not? Had this had not come together the way it had, we would have been perfectly happy. In fact, we already told ourselves that, you know, we don't carry the way. But when everything all came together and fell into place, there was just, it's almost like it's
And besides all that,
meant to be.
Bill loves to build things.
And yeah, I do. And, you know, and it's really not that, it's bigger, but it's not that much bigger. And let me clarify that a little bit, because we had someone comment here a while back that an 8.5 wide will be harder to tow than a 7 wide. Well, here's the thing. The only real difference on an 8.5 wide is, yeah, it's wider. Of course it is. But the track width is exactly the same on an 8.5 wide as it is on a 7 wide. And even though with my standard mirrors on my van, I can see all the way down the side of our current 7 wide when we're going down the road, here's what I'm always doing because of the wide track width that these trailers have. I'm always staring at my driver's side mirror and watching my wheels on that side of the trailer. And the main reason why, especially when we get on narrow roads, I've got to try to hug the center line of the road as close as I can without going over the center line with that trailer to make sure that the right side doesn't end up flopping around on the shoulder, you know, and blowing a tire or something like that. That will be exactly the same scenario with the 8.5 wide. I'll still be doing the same thing, only this time it'll be with mirror extensions on my van. So at first, when we first started looking into traveling and doing those things, I was a little apprehensive about towing even the 7 wide that we have, especially going through large cities like Memphis, in big cities like that, and heavy traffic, Little Rock, places like that. But now, I'm accustomed to it. I got a good feel for it, so it's not a concern. So why not then? I mean, you got the same track width, so why not go ahead and do the 8.5 wide? And while you're at it, we'll go ahead and make it 20 feet long, then we can have a larger shower. Because I'm a big guy. I mean, I can take a shower just fine in our 32 by 32, but it will be awesome when I'm able to take a shower in a 34 by 48.
30. Yeah, 30.
34
Sorry.
by 48.
I was thinking 36 in my head, just because I have to allow for this, and this.
I know. So, that's why we decided to go ahead and do this. And here again, it had everything not had fallen into place like it has, we would be perfectly happy for the next 2, 3, 4 years in the one that we currently are in. But when everything fell into place, and I no longer have an issue with the size thing as far as towing is concerned.
Will we miss our current one?
Yes.
Absolutely. We love it.
Yes.
We were just discussing that. And in fact, we discussed that quite a bit until this deal all actually came together. Was like, if this doesn't work out, I'm perfectly happy in what we have.
Yes.
It works. It keeps us warm. It keeps us dry. We can cook. We can shower. We can sleep. We've got air conditioning. We got everything we really need.
Yeah.
But this deal came together, and it was like, okay.
And I know some people make fun of us or try to comment the fact that we have such a big TV.
But we do have a big TV.
Yeah, but then they say, well, when you're out camping, you're out camping. Why do you want to watch TV when you're out camping? And let us repeat this one more time, folks. We're not camping. We're living. Okay. Do you not have a TV in your house? Well, that's our house.
We did post a picture of our mock-up, our diagram, in our very last video, the one right before this one. What did you call that?
Our new floor plan.
Okay. So
our new trailer floor plan.
You can go there and look.
Yeah,
and then we
right
had a gentleman that did us a 3D rendition, and we will be posting that in another video.
We actually had 2 people reach out to us, and I was going to get information back to them, but this one particular gentleman, after he saw the video that we uploaded here recently, the last video before this going live, he was able to go ahead and do a rendition just from what he saw in the video.
And
so we appreciate that.
After he did that, we made some minor tweaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just this morning.
Yeah.
At 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. But, and we do appreciate that. And here again, it's just, and all these things are going to vary a little bit as we get deeper into the build. So, and we've made allowances for that. So, what else?
That's it. We need to shut her down probably. We're down to 154. We had a total of 150. We had a max, as far as I know, at 159 this morning. And we really, really, really appreciate y'all coming in and doing this live with us. And we are doing another one next Sunday.
Yeah. Then we'll talk more about the
rendezvous.
The rendezvous then. The plans for a potential rendezvous. Let's put it that way. How's that?
All right.
But it'll be a year from now when the rendezvous would take place.
And by then, life is going to be basically back to
we're all going to be back to normal. And we're all, those that want to go kayaking, we'll all go on several kayak trips while we're here. And believe me, there's so many opportunities to kayak around here. It is absolutely, and it's just really something. When we went to Silver Springs, how many gators did we see?
Oh, once we
About
figured
6.
out what to look for.
Yeah.
we couldn't find any.
We have yet to upload that video. I'm still editing on that. But when we went to Silver Springs, that's when I got the really good underwater shot of the manatee with my little GoPro Hero Session 5. And people would say, hey, there's a gator around the corner right over there. And we'd look and we couldn't figure out where's a gator. Then finally, when they showed us what to look for, all of a sudden we started seeing gators everywhere. And yeah, there was one swimming in the water.
If we have to wear masks, we'll wear masks.
That's right. That's right. And we have masks. We'll talk about it for a second.
Well, they made it the rendezvous, I'm sure.
Well, yeah,
so
absolutely.
Who knows?
Absolutely.
Who knows?
Yeah,
This is a year from now.
But the neat thing about this lifestyle is it's just like our neighbors when we're getting together this evening. we all keep our distance. We don't get up close to each other. We all take the same precautions, and because of that, we don't necessarily have to worry about wearing a mask because we stay far enough apart where if there was an issue, where there would be no concern. But so far, Deb and I have done quite well. We take lots of vitamins. You shouldn't have done that.
Knock on wood.
But anyway, yeah, you know, it's one of those things that we just learn how to make the best of it, you know, and move on. And we've met so many awesome people, and we've had wonderful visits 6 feet apart.
That's right.
Yeah.
We certainly have.
And I mean, who does that hurt to stay 6 feet apart? Doesn't hurt anybody. So, you know, no matter how you feel about it, staying 6 feet apart don't hurt a soul.
Okay, glad you all joined us this morning. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will get together next Sunday.
Yes, we will. And we really appreciate everybody coming on. And here again, Faye, thank you so much.
And all of the rest of you for expressing a desire to
we
to
really
do it.
appreciate that.
We do appreciate it.
I didn't even think about Amazon gift cards, but Faye, thank you so much for that. You have no idea how much we appreciate that, and we can't tell you that enough. All right?
All right.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. We love everybody. And thank you so much for joining us today.
We'll post the email in the description.
Yeah.
iridetinyhouse@gmail.com.
Yeah, it's iridetinyhouse@gmail.com, and Dan, maybe if he's still there, he can post it one more time so you can see it right there. But it's iridetinyhouse@gmail.com. Pretty easy. iridetinyhouse@gmail.com. Anything else?
All right.
All right. Y'all take care. We'll see you again. But this is Bill and Deb and Bill. Right? I should say Deb and Bill.
Exactly.
Yeah. With I Ride Tiny House Adventures. And as we always say, we're not camping.
We're living.
You guys get out there and start living. We'll see you again. Bye-bye now.
Bye.